It's time for a big deal from Heartland Fresh. Crispy on the outside, moist and delicious on the inside. Easy, fully cooked, heat and eat meal for your family and for yourself. Here's what you're going to get from this amazing Tater Crusted chicken breasts and 3-pound strips with gravy from Heartland Fresh. You are getting 9 of the chicken breasts, all with that crispy tater crust that you're seeing right there on your screen. And then you will get 3 pounds of the chicken strips. They all are crusted in that tater crust that is just that potato deliciousness. It keeps everything so crispy and really moist on the inside. Jessica Hart is here from Heartland Fresh, and we are talking something that our own very wonderful David Venable helped to develop with Heartland Fresh. We're looking for the crispiest, perfect layer of that outside batter, and that is what we're getting here in the Tater Crusted chicken.
Yes, Rachel, this is our newest flavor. This is our Tater Crusted. It has real potato flakes in the outer crispy layer, and this is what we do best with Heartland Fresh. We are out of the Midwest. We focus on having fresh and easy to prepare foods and meals for your family, and we do all of the work for you. So look at that delicious all white meat chicken and that crispy breading on the outside, and I can tell you how we make it.
Oh, I would love to know how we make it. As you're telling us that, I want everyone to keep in mind this big deal price expires today. So we've had this for a couple days, but now today is the last day. The price goes up at the end of the day. So you want to lock it in. There's no choice. You get the breasts and you get the 3 pounds of the strips. So it's a ton of food, over 6 pounds of Tater Crusted chicken.
Yes, and this is the perfect thing to have in your freezer for this summer because it comes fully cooked, ready to heat and eat from frozen, so you can get it on the table in 15 minutes or less in your air fryer. And let me tell you how we put this through the process. So we've got our whole boneless, skinless chicken breast here. We hand trim the fat. We take care of all of that for you. We touch the raw chicken so that you don't have to. And for our chicken breast fillets, we leave it as it is. For our strips, we cut it into those strips, hand cut. Then we put it into our buttermilk mixture and we put it into our seasoning mixture with those real potato flakes to make it extra crispy and extra crunchy with really, really robust flavoring, but not hot, not spicy, just flavorful.
Yes.
And it's things like celery salt and garlic and salt and pepper, things that you know and understand and enjoy. And then we flash fry it.
Okay.
We bake it off so it comes home to you, like I said, fully cooked, and it locks in that flash fried flavor, but it's less guilt because we bake it. And then you could just put it in the oven, 350 degrees for 30 minutes for the fillets or 15 minutes for the strips, or you can air fry it. So I have an air fryer here. It's just so easy in the air fryer basket. 390 degrees. With those fillets, you can do them in 15 minutes. The strips can be done in as little as 10 minutes. And you don't have to think about it in advance. You know, you can come home from work or from an activity and you can say, oh my goodness, the Heartland Fresh. That's what I'll make for dinner.
That's it.
And it can be on the table in 15 minutes with a salad or pairing it with French fries or mashed potatoes or a vegetable. So easy, a staple in my freezer for my family.
Okay, so 2 questions. 1, you have done this completely from frozen.
Yes.
Amazing. And then 2, so the strips are just the breast sliced up. It's not anything that's processed or kind of formed or anything like that.
No form pressed or processing for us. We use the whole boneless, skinless chicken breast and we hand trim the fat and then hand cut it into those strips.
Okay, now your 3-pound bag, which Jessie is showing you right here, is going to be 10 to 12 meals.
Yes.
Here in the, oh, these are
so
the,
these are our
the
fillets,
the
and
fillets.
right there
So
I
that
have the
is
strips. So
9.
if you want to hand that over,
Look
I'll
at
do
this.
I'll do some heavy lifting for us.
So 9 chicken breasts. And then you're going to get in the strips 3 pounds. So this is 9 meals. This is 10 to 12 meals. So all together, for this amazing price of under 110, you're looking at between 19 and 21 meals. And it works out to under $6 a meal. So talk about when you go to that drive-thru to get your crispy chicken that's not always very crispy. This is better. We know what goes into it. We trust Heartland Fresh. And you are getting a fantastic price.
Absolutely. And we use these resealable bags so you can just take out 1 or 2 chicken strips or 1 or 2 fillets and make whatever you need. Put the bag back in the freezer,
Yes, I love
and it
that.
will stay fresh for up to a year.
Great.
So it's really, really perfect. And on top of that, we've got so much protein packed into
Yes.
these fillets and these strips.
Okay, I wrote it down because
Yes.
it is so amazing to think about when you are having something this good, you think, oh, it must not be good for me, right? But this, because as Jessica said, they're going through, they flash fry, but then they bake. So you don't have the double fry kind of option. You are looking at 24 grams of protein per chicken breast and 11 grams of protein per chicken strip.
Yes.
So even just 1 strip gives you 11 grams of protein.
And usually I'll have 2, so I'll double up that
Yes.
protein. And you know, only 220 calories in those 2 strips, 250 calories in the entire chicken breast. And these are so sizable,
That's
so
amazing.
filling.
How many calories for that?
250 calories.
For the
I know.
whole chicken breast.
I know.
And then what about the strips for calories?
So if you do 2 strips, which is what I often do, it's 220 calories.
Gosh, that's amazing.
Yeah, only 8 grams of fat. It
Oh my
really
gosh.
is. It's something that we have on the table every week in my family, and all of my kids rave about it.
It's so good. You're getting that amazing crust on the outside, but it's the perfect layer. Do you see how it's not?
Yes.
Sometimes you get so much batter,
Yes.
too much of the outside crust. This is a perfect layer, and you can see, I mean, we don't even have to say it. You can see the moistness of that chicken. That tater crusting helps to lock in that moisture.
It really does. So, you know, the process that we use, look at all of those juices, and it's just so juicy on the inside. The chicken is the star, and then that breading gives you the perfect crispiness on the outside. And with our tater crusting, the real potato flakes in there add just a little bit of extra crispiness. We were serving this at Foodie Fest, and we had all of the QVC customers
Oh, I can
just
imagine.
raving about this new recipe
Yes.
and enjoying it. And some, you know, we love to hear that they already had it in their freezer.
Yeah, exactly. And one thing that we haven't even chatted about yet is that with this offer, you're also getting 2 of the gravy packets. And this is going to give you that really amazing extra dipping, extra pouring on. How do we prepare the gravy?
The gravy is so simple. So you just take a half cup of water with our gravy packet, you whisk it together, and then you add additional water, bring it to a boil, and it's done. Literally 10 minutes or less to get this done. So while the chicken is cooking in the air fryer or the oven, you can whisk up the gravy and have that ready too. And I'll just pour it on top of the chicken and waffles because there's so
wow.
many meals that you can make with this. You can do it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. You can put it on the chicken and waffles. You can do salad, and I usually
Yes.
make up 5 chicken breast fillets for my family.
Yep.
And then we'll have leftovers from that. Our
That's
family, I have
fantastic.
five people in my family.
Okay.
I'll have leftovers, I'll put them on a salad the next day, and that is just such a wonderful way
Oh, I love that.
to
Look, and
enjoy Heartland Fresh.
that's probably 1 strip or like 1/3 of a chicken breast. So you
Yes.
can really spread this out. I want to remind you that you can go on auto delivery every 60 days for 1 year. That locks in the big deal price, even though for everyone else, the big deal price expires at the end of today. So if you're loving this price and you want to make sure that every 60 days you have your freezer favorite, as Jane was saying earlier on in the show, and you have your 9 chicken breasts and your 3 pounds of the chicken strips, you can go on auto delivery and lock this in. Now, you also can choose to have this shipped immediately, or we have very popular right now, immediate ship, or also June 16th if you would like to ship. So you could also do both of those ship weeks as well. You want this delicious, crispy outside and that moist interior. This is the newest flavor, launched June of last year.
June of last year.
And helped develop by our wonderful David Venable here for who we love from In the Kitchen with David.
Just
Hello.
when you think that these couldn't get any crispier, they get crispier. And of course, they're so easy. We have them in the freezer and we have them on auto delivery. So we've done everything from what you said, the salad, to eat them by themselves with that gravy, which is delicious. But you can also make a chicken parmesan. The kids will love that because nuggets are their favorite thing. And I would say because of the size of these, cut them and use like a toothpick to make like 3 appetizers out of each one of
Great
those nuggets
idea.
because they're so big. So we've got the stuff for the kiddos, we've got the stuff for the grown-ups, and a fork for Jane.
Something
fork
for
for
you
Jane,
too,
yes.
Jane.
Help yourself. It's so delicious. You know, because you have them at home.
I do. It's a perfect balance. And I think that's the hardest thing when you're trying to prepare things is to find that perfect salty, peppery, delicious flavor.
Yes.
And to not dry your breasts out.
Yes, it really can be really easy to do that. And I mean, I have never once, I've sometimes added just like a breadcrumb on the outside, and that's kind of as far as I'll go, right? I don't really go through the process of doing that sort of buttermilk bath, the seasonings, then that crusting, and you're flash frying, and then you're baking. So that's also what we're getting here is a really well done process that we don't have to do ourselves.
Right.
We do all of that work for you. And I have made fried chicken from scratch before. It takes hours, I will say. And your kitchen is a mess and you have to touch the raw chicken and there's grease involved. So I just leave it to the experts at Heartland Fresh. We do all of that work for you, and we have chicken as the star with that crispy breading on the outside, and it's delicious, tried and true every single time.
Did you bring one of those little buns? Because I want to remind everybody
you can make the chicken
about
sandwich.
that chicken sandwich that you sit in line for with the pickles on top.
Right.
How much are they every time you go? I mean, it's just like you can do the same thing at home.
Yes.
With this.
And you're probably looking at lower calories because can you tell us again, Jessica, for the chicken breast, how many calories there?
For that whole chicken breast, 250 calories, 24 grams of protein.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's really phenomenal. And for the amount of time that you also sit in the drive-thru and bicker with the children for what to order and what do you want this time, and you can have this on the table.
And it comes out and it's soggy, right? This is never
greasy.
soggy.
It's usually greasy.
This is fantastic. And then in the strips, you're getting 11 grams each in the strips. So if you go 2, that's 22 grams of protein. And you said 200 calories?
Yes, 220 calories in 2 strips. Yes.
That's amazing.
It's 3 pounds. And then 9 of these, right?
Yes, so it's over 6 pounds total.
That's crazy. That is a good deal at a big deal price. And do we have auto delivery on this one?
Yes, every 60 days for 1 year.
I mean, if you can lock in, do yourself a favor for the summer.
Yep.
So that you're not set like, on a Wednesday having to figure out, oh my gosh, what am I going to fix for dinner for the kiddos? You take these puppies out of the freezer, put them in the air fryer, and in a couple of minutes they're on the table.
Yes, it has saved us so many nights where you sometimes forget to think about what you're going to do.
Yeah.
And it makes everybody in the family happy.
Right.
My kids say this is the best chicken you've ever made, and I just say thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you for eating it.
And I'm not offended. I'm not offended that you like this chicken better than the chicken that took forever to prepare. It was all dried out. No, I'm not offended at all.
And you want them to get that protein and all of that goodness. 6 pounds worth of this Tater Crusted chicken. You get 3 pounds of the strips. You get 9 of those large 5-ounce chicken breasts.
Resealable bags.
Exactly. You just, right from frozen, have these done 15 to 30 minutes, and you have an amazing meal for you and your family.
Good stuff.
Oh, under 110 for that big deal price. Jessica, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Jessica with the beautiful dress will be back
you.
because we're going to talk about Moravian Thins. All right. So we're going to go to the other side